Man, listen. I'm under the awareness that your name is Krum Snatcher. I just have one question. The first question that comes to mind is, where did you get started with the actual name?
Basically, the name was sort of like a nickname that my uncle and my mom and they used to call me and my cousins like little Krum Snatchers, because we used to like run around and not always in trouble, but just like running around. They were like, "Oh, these little Krum Snatchers, they're not bad Krum Snatchers." So I like the name, and I used it as my moniker as far as in the game. I thought it was distinct, it was different, So I took the name and ran with it. Actually, now it's KS, aka King Solomon. So, as I progress through the industry, man, I change up. So.
All right, that's great, Well, how did you get started doing this music? And
I started first. I met DJ Premier from Gangstar. He was initially supposed to do a remix for me for my the independent label that I was signed for. He was initially supposed to do a remix for it. So what he told my label at the current time I was incarcerated. So he was like, "Well, let's just wait till he comes home and have him come to the studio." So I got shot up and went through a couple of little things in my life at that particular time. So when I came home, like when I wrote the song about what I had been through, so he asked me to step in the booth. He played the Closer to God beat. I don't know if people are familiar with the Closer to God beat, but he played it, and I just like what I wrote inside there, I just spit it on the song. And he was like, "Oh, okay, that's dope." So I guess Guru heard the song, and he knew that I was. Well, he found out that I was from his area, Boston, Lawrence, Massachusetts area. So he asked to meet me. So Premier introduced me to Guru, and then from there, I was invited to be on the Gangstar albums, and then I toured with Guru. I was more like under Guru the majority of the time, like not even just Gangstar stuff. I would tour with him for his Ill Kid music, and because I was signed to Guru, I was signed to his production company. So I toured like the world with him. We've been to like 23, 24 countries. Yeah, man. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've been to like 23, 24 countries, man, and I've been on numerous tours with those guys. So yeah, it was a blessing to meet them and tour with them. And he passed away a couple years back, and then I had a meeting with RZA from Wu-Tang. We went to New York and seen him in the studio. He was working on the Afro Samurai soundtrack. I actually met him before the Guru. The Guru introduced me like to RZA numerous times, but like we came into the studio, everybody was there, and I ended up being signed by RZA's cousin, who was the manager of Wu-Tang Clan, John Gibbons. So I've been signed to Wu-Tang management for 3 years thus far. I did a couple mixtapes, and I'm working on an album now. We got like 13 songs done. And I just got off the tour end of last year for Wu-Tang. So just trying to stay busy, right?
I see you've been blessed.
Yeah, God is great. Yes, sir.
I have some questions. How is it on the road? Like when it comes to doing shows, like do you get to the point where you're like, okay, I just need a break, like a day?
Oh, absolutely, man. Like when you're on tour, you're like in a different city every day or different country every day. You're away from your family. You're meeting different people. You have to adjust. So it can be stressful sometimes. And in majority, like a real tour, it goes on for like a month and a half. One time I was on tour for like almost 2 months. Like you don't go home. And like you're meeting different people, and even if you're under the weather and you don't feel well, you still have to present, a pleasant attitude to the fans, because you got to remember these people are buying your records, these people are supporting you. And I learned that from Guru, because he was a lot much older than me. He was like my big brother, what I'm saying, and just his history alone. If y'all not familiar, his father was the first black judge of Boston. His father was a Supreme Court judge in Boston. So he wanted to, you know, and actually him himself, he actually graduated from Morehouse College. And he chose rap. You know, he graduated from one of the most prestigious African American colleges in Atlanta, and he decided to do music. You know, and just to be on tour with somebody like that, it was really good to just watch. I would do more watching than anything, you know, because like the way he dealt with people, and like he was a really personable person. He was really a good brother. So.
That's great. You know, you got to take notes. You know, I was watching your piece and I took some notes so that way when I do my shows and things of that nature, I'll be able to know how to do, you know, get my stage presence up to par and things of that nature. So I appreciate watching your segment earlier today.
Thank you.
I mean, well, you're welcome. you know, I had to get him. Well, so you said you're working on an album.
It's called The Key. It's going good so far, man. Like Wu-Tang management really brought some really outstanding producers.
Can you shed some light as to actually what producers are on this record?
Right now, let me see. Man, it's hard to even like to name right now what they're like up and coming. They brought guys that I've never heard of myself, but I guess they have names in New York, the producers that they work with. We don't have Premier on this one yet, but I'm not done with the album. You know, my last album was Premier, Pete Rock, Large Professor, all those guys. So what I wanted to do was to try something different. You know, but with the producers that they brought, is like, I guess they might be Wu affiliates, because you know Wu-Tang has at least 300 groups worldwide. So
yeah,
you know,
I know at times they like to give their affiliates a little piece of shine as well.
Yeah. So, I don't consider myself an affiliate really, because like I'm more like I know all those brothers from the clan. You know, I know a lot of those guys that's in the Wu-Tang clan. So, and I've been actually familiar with those guys for years. You know, certain people. So I don't consider myself an affiliate, because like certain groups that come out and you know the Wu-Tang logo and all that, they don't acknowledge a lot of them, but they know who I am because they know I came from a different school. I came from a legendary pioneer school. I came from DJ Premier and you know Guru. So I was introduced as far as with them in a different chamber. You know what I'm saying? So, and not taking anything from the affiliates or anything, but you know, like, you know, recording the album, we doing what we doing. I just came back from Los Angeles. I had a couple shows out there in LA last month, month before last. So, you know, just trying to get this music moving. I just did a feature with Capadonna and Papa Wu. I didn't want too many features, but previously I have songs with Ghostface, Styles P, and you know, all these other people. I wanted to show that I can do it on my own this time, because I've been in the game 15 years. So like a lot of these artists, they already know who I am. And for me, I used to be signed to Interscope, so they know who I am. It's just like I'm like the prodigal the son, you know. This, you know, like they waiting, like, okay, we know who you are, but you know, I caught like when I got signed to Interscope, I was on parole, and I ended up joyriding with one of my friends, who he didn't tell me it was a stolen car, and I ended up, you know, violating my parole, and I lost my Interscope deal. So that's my story. And you know, Premier and everybody was a little livid over it, but you know.
I mean, it's good. It's good to see that you got back up. You picked yourself back up.
Right,
you didn't let your obstacles keep you completely down. There's some people that might go through the same situation, the same struggle as yourself. You know, to have been there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And have everything at their grasp and at their reach, and then something like that comes along, and it's like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Sometimes people's brain don't function the right way.
Oh no, I was gonna give up. Trust me, I was definitely gonna give up, because I've seen like a lot of people that I know that's successful now, like Slane. These are guys who used to hang in my studio sessions, like Slane, Saigon. Like, I know these brothers when they first started. When I see these guys on TV and touring and doing these things, it's like, damn. I was right there. 50 Cent, all those guys. We came up at the same time. Same story. You know what I'm saying? He was on Columbia with Trackmasters. I was on Interscope with a Trackmaster. One of the Trackmasters, Foxy Brown's brother, Anton Marchand, was my A&R. You know what I'm saying? So like at the same time he was working with me, he was working with 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? So when I lost my deal,
you stayed with 50?
Yeah, they ran with the 50 Cent situation, and you know, but we was right there neck and neck because I was on Interscope, he was on Columbia. So you know, now I'm taking as far as like my music career, as far as the business situation, a lot more serious this time.
That's great.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I had an opportunity now. I'm a lot more older. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no spring chicken. So you know, this is where it counts. You know what I mean?
Where it counts. You know, gotta give it to them where it
What's
counts.
up? All right.
That's definitely real. Is there any advice that you would give to someone coming up that would, you know, like maybe independent artists that have not made it to the points where they need to be yet, but they're striving for success? Is there any, you know, advice you could give to them individuals so that way they can kind of
the first thing I would say, brother, honestly, is always be yourself. Because if you're not comfortable on the image that you're portraying or the, you know, the persona that you're putting out there, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be miserable with yourself. So if you know, if you're a street cat, okay, fine. Present that as people who love street cats. If you're a positive person, you know, majority of the time, put that type of music out. Because you got to understand, you're going to be attracting that type of crowd. So the main thing is like to do music that you're comfortable doing. Be yourself. You know, that's the main. For me, that's the most important thing. Be yourself. Be personable. Understand that these people are buying your records. Don't act above the people who put you where you at. You know what I'm saying? This is where I'm seeing where some of these artists, there's some artists, I'm not even going to mention their names, like the way they treat the fans is like terrible. It's like, dude, you wouldn't even be there if these people didn't buy your records, if they didn't come to your show. So, you know, for me, like, stay humble, man. Like, if you enjoy doing music, do music. Not everybody's going to like your music. Just do what you love, what you're comfortable doing. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you're blessed. You sell a lot of records, fine. Stay humble. Remember the people that put you where you're at. You know what I'm saying? That for me, that's the most important thing. Is always stay humble and appreciate the people who put you in the position that you're in.
That's great advice. A lot of people might get to a certain level, like you said, and completely forget.
They get a little too arrogant.
Yeah. Who helped them get there? You know.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to add to this?
I would just say, you know, just look out for the new album. It's called The Key. You know what I'm saying? It's coming out under Maan Entertainment, which is my own label that I'm working on now. I've actually decided to go behind the scenes now. You know, I know there's a lot of talent in the New England area, and they haven't really had the opportunity or the exposure to get out there. You know, we got a couple artists out there, you know, like Slane and doing movies, and like, you know, a couple guys are out there doing their thing. But, you know, I don't think that New England has really gotten the, or really have been heard in the right situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to take somebody who's from this area, you know, and to be able to unite these brothers, man, and give them an opportunity, give them, you know, a voice out there. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoy recording music, but I think I'll probably be a better businessman. So, you know, there's a lot of talent, you know, people out there looking, man, Maan Entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Look us up on Facebook, everywhere, man, and, you know, we looking for, you know, you got the talent, you're about positivity, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to, you know, do things, leave positive energy out there, we all for it. You know?
That's real.
You know, that's the main thing, man, because we have enough negative energy in the hip-hop music. We don't need to add on to that. We just need to counter that, you know? So.
Well, I would like to thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I appreciate it.